If you're looking at a Ford Maverick and a Ford Ranger, you're probably asking one question. Do you want the cheaper, easier daily driver, or the truck that feels more like a real truck? By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which one fits your life. These two trucks wear the same badge and share a lot of the same DNA, but they are aimed at meaningfully different buyers. The Maverick starts at $27,990. The Ranger starts at $34,575. That's a roughly $6,500 gap right out of the gate. And that gap tells you a lot about the story we're about to break down. The Maverick is the more compact, more efficient, more approachable entry point. The Ranger is for people who need more towing, more muscle, and more traditional truck presence. This whole comparison comes down to one thing: buyer fit. Let's start with how these trucks actually live day to day. The Maverick measures just under 200 inches long and weighs in at 3,674 pounds. The Ranger is more than 10 inches longer and tips the scale 530 pounds heavier. Those aren't just numbers on a spec sheet. You feel that difference every single time you park, every time you pull into a tight spot, every time you navigate a crowded city street. If your truck spends most of its life commuting, running errands, and making the occasional Home Depot run, the Maverick just makes sense. It's easier to maneuver, easier to live with, and for first-time truck buyers especially, it removes a lot of the anxiety that comes with driving something large. The Ranger, on the other hand, has a more substantial presence on the road. It feels like more truck, because it is more truck. And when the work starts, you feel that difference in a good way. Now here's where the gap gets real. Towing. The Ranger's top engine, a 2.7-liter EcoBoost V6 producing 315 horsepower and 400 pound-feet of torque, unlocks a maximum tow rating of 7,500 pounds. That's small travel trailers, mid-size boats, dual-axle utility loads, no problem. The base 2.3 EcoBoost 4-cylinder still puts up 270 horsepower and 310 pound-feet, with trailer sway control and tow-haul modes standard across the lineup. The Maverick with the 2-liter EcoBoost and the 4,000-pound tow package can pull an ATV, a personal watercraft, or a lightweight enclosed trailer. That covers a lot of weekend use cases. But if towing is a regular part of your week, not an occasional thing, but a routine, the Ranger is the safer and more confident answer. And it's not particularly close for the current model year. Let's talk about the Maverick's most powerful argument, and it might surprise you. The Maverick Hybrid, which is the standard engine, not an upgrade you pay extra for, gets 40 to 42 miles per gallon in the city, and 33 to 35 on the highway. The Ranger's 2.3 runs around 20 to 21 city and 24 to 26 highway. The Ranger V6 drops further to around 19 and 23. Here's the thing that gets people. The Maverick Hybrid gets better fuel economy than most sedans on the road right now. Better than a lot of crossovers. We're talking about a truck that outguns your neighbor's Camry at the pump. Over 15,000 annual miles with a daily commute, that efficiency gap is worth somewhere between $1,200 and $1,800 a year in fuel alone. When you run the full 5-year math, $6,500 lower purchase price, roughly $7,500 in fuel savings, lower insurance on a smaller vehicle, Maverick buyers can easily come out $15,000 to $20,000 ahead of a comparable Ranger owner. That's basically a free used car sitting in the bank. The Maverick's argument was never that it out-trucks the Ranger. It's that it gives most people enough truck, while costing significantly less to live with. Inside, both trucks run Ford's Sync 4 infotainment system with wireless Apple CarPlay. Co-Pilot 360 driver assistance is standard across both nameplates, and both pick up Blue Cruise hands-free highway driving capability in the 2026 updates. One thing that surprises people, the Maverick actually comes with a larger standard touchscreen, a 13.2-inch display, compared to the Ranger's 10 to 12-inch setup depending on trim. The Maverick's interior is practical and functional. It's a companion for daily life, not a statement piece. Step into a Ranger Lariat and you get more refinement. Leather seating, a cabin that does a better job justifying the higher price point. Neither truck is trying to out-luxury the other. They're tools first, with technology that keeps pace with what buyers expect today. One area where the Ranger's size actually works in its favor: rear seat space. The Ranger's Super Crew configuration gives you a genuinely roomier back seat for families or crews carrying 3 or 4 adults regularly. Now let's talk beds and real-world utility. The Maverick's bed measures 4.5 feet, giving you 33.3 cubic feet of cargo space. What makes it smarter than its size suggests is the flex bed system. Ford's built-in storage and divider setup that turns a compact bed into a more versatile one. Full sheets of plywood or drywall, they extend over the tailgate. It handles bikes, coolers, camping gear, and weekend project hauls without complaint. The Ranger offers either a 5-foot or 6-foot bed, with cargo volume ranging from 43 to 51 cubic feet, plus higher payload capacity for heavier, more frequent loads. The real question here isn't which bed is bigger. It's what are you actually putting in that bed most weeks? A lot of people buy more truck than their life actually calls for. If your truck life is weekend projects and light gear, the Maverick might be all you need. If your truck is going to get worked, job site runs, heavier cargo, serious hauling on a regular schedule, the Ranger earns its price. So here's the verdict. If you're a first-time truck buyer, a commuter, or someone who wants a practical pickup that won't feel oversized in daily life, the Maverick is the smarter financial and practical buy. Full stop. If you tow regularly, need more confidence under heavier loads, or simply want a truck that feels more traditional and more capable in the ways trucks are expected to be capable, the Ranger is the one to go with. And here's something worth watching. For 2026, Ford pushed the Maverick AWD tow rating all the way to 7,500 pounds, matching the Ranger. These two trucks are converging on capability, which means going forward, lifestyle fit and efficiency are going to be the decisive factors more than raw numbers. The Maverick is already winning that argument for most buyers today. If you were spending your own money right now, which one would you go with? Maverick or Ranger? And why? Drop it in the comments. And if you're still cross-shopping the Ford truck lineup, the next video covers the best Ford truck for first-time buyers. Check it out.